Welcome to another presentation from the CV Academics Foundation, home of the AMP Honors Program.
Hey guys, so my name is Taylor LaChapelle. I'm one of your super mentors here on the AMP Honors Program platform, and today we're going to look at sodium. So I'm just going to grab a bunch of items and we're going to look at the sodium content in each one and maybe do a couple comparisons as well. So now keep in mind that the dietary guidelines recommend consuming less than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day. So the first thing that comes to mind when you think about sodium is probably salt. A serving of salt is a quarter teaspoon. That's 590 milligrams of sodium. 1 teaspoon of salt is about equal to 2,300 milligrams of sodium. All right, so looking at canned goods, we'll start with mushrooms. So just this little can contains 1 serving. There's 200 milligrams of sodium. So now keep in mind, once you drain it and rinse them out, that could take away some of the sodium, but it's still quite a bit. Next up, sauerkraut. So just in 2 tablespoons of sauerkraut, there's 200 milligrams of sodium. Corn, canned corn. So this has 300 milligrams of sodium in a half cup, just a half cup of corn. Again, could probably be drained and rinsed once you open it. Carrots, same thing, you can drain and rinse them, but in a half cup, there's 350 milligrams of sodium. Canned chicken, I eat this a lot, but in just 3 ounces, there's 380 milligrams of sodium. So this says undrained. I drain it, and then you can rinse it off too to get rid of a little bit more sodium, but it's still gonna be a little high. Pasta sauce. In just a half cup is 600 milligrams of sodium. That's crazy. And you can't really rinse pasta sauce. So keeping in mind 2,300 milligrams is what you want to stay under in a day. Next up, baked beans. A half cup, 650 milligrams of sodium. And soup. So there's 2 servings in this can. So 1 serving, half of it, is 700 milligrams of sodium. That's a lot, and most people might just eat the whole can as a meal, 1 serving. So if you were to eat the whole can of soup, that's 1,530 milligrams of sodium. Crazy high. Chili, 720 milligrams of sodium in 1 cup. So half of this container contains 720 milligrams of sodium. And cheddar cheese soup. A half cup contains 870 milligrams of sodium. There's 2.5 servings in this container. 870 milligrams per serving. All right, so let's look at some sauces. So ketchup, 1 serving of ketchup is 1 tablespoon. So again, this spoon, 1 tablespoon, has 180 milligrams of sodium. So 1 tablespoon, 17 grams of ketchup, 180 milligrams of sodium. That's what 1 serving of ketchup looks like. Next up, I've got my yogurt ranch dressing that I actually use quite a bit. It's lower in calories than regular ranch by quite a bit. But I was just looking for things for this video and noticed it's pretty high in sodium for 1 serving of 2 tablespoons. It's got 230 milligrams. So 1 serving is 2 tablespoons. So this is what 1 serving of that yogurt ranch looks like. And finally, I've got this open pit barbecue sauce. One serving, 2 tablespoons, has 510 milligrams of sodium. Wow. For a sauce, that's crazy. With this one, it is 2 tablespoons, so you could probably do less. This is what 1 serving looks like, but even half, if you did 1 tablespoon, that's still a lot of sodium. All right, so looking at just a few types of packaged meat. So just this deli ham, 2 ounces, there's 510 milligrams of sodium. So I weighed it out, and about 1 slice of this particular ham is 1 ounce. So in 2 ounces, 2 slices of ham is 510 milligrams of sodium. Okay, moving on, these hot dogs, in just 1 hot dog is 480 milligrams of sodium. Just 1. These are pretty big hot dogs actually, but so it's something to look at if you eat hot dog. And finally I have turkey bacon. I don't have any regular bacon in the house, but this particular turkey bacon has 130 milligrams of sodium in just 1 slice. So that's not too bad. It is pretty high if you're eating more than 1 slice, but I don't have actual pork bacon to compare to, but on here it does say 60% less sodium than most pork bacon. So that might be something to consider and look at. Typical tortillas compared to these carb-wise ones. Looking at the regular flour tortillas, first, in 1 tortilla is 290 milligrams of sodium. I was surprised by this because you don't think of tortillas really being salty, I guess. Maybe that's just me, I'm not sure. But 290 milligrams of sodium. And then in these carb-wise tortillas, there's only 90 milligrams of sodium, which might be a little high for a tortilla, but comparing to these flour tortillas, it's 200 milligrams less sodium. So, all right, let's look at some frozen food items too. So, start with the chicken nuggets. 1 serving of chicken nuggets is 4 pieces. There's 430 milligrams of sodium. I don't know about you guys, but I've never thought of chicken nuggets to be too salty tasting. So that's a lot of sodium in just 4 chicken nuggets. All right, next up, let's look at this Encore Salisbury steak. Sodium in 1 patty with just a 1/3 cup of gravy is 650 milligrams of sodium. That's a lot for just 1 patty, and I know the patties aren't super huge, so most people will probably eat at least 2, maybe 3 patties for a meal. And let's look at just a frozen pizza. 1/3 of this pizza is 1 serving, is 720 milligrams of sodium. All right, so that was pretty eye-opening. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't checked out my sugar video yet, I'll link it below so you can check that out. It's kind of similar, looking at sugar content in different drinks, but I hope you guys enjoy.
This has been a presentation of the CV Academics Foundation, home of the AMP Honors Program.